You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
It's Vegas. It's rock. It's dogs. It's Vegas Rock Dog Radio. A rock and roll show all about pets, people, and pop culture. Stand by for great guests and cool advice. All in one rockin' hour. The phone lines are open at 702-483-4444. That's 702-483-4444. Now, let's bring on the host. Here is the rock and roll queen of dogs, Sam.
Hello, everyone. I am Sam. I am the queen of rock and roll dogs, and you are listening to Vegas Rock Dog Radio. It's a rock and roll show all about pets, people, and pop culture. And I'm live today from Las Vegas, and I'm going to talk about quite a few different things on the show today. It's just going to be me, no guests. Tried to get our photographer friend to Skype in, but she's busy. So so it's just me and it's Chris. And we're going to talk a lot about dogs and what's in the news and other good information. The weather is absolutely spectacular in Vegas, isn't it, Chris? We live for these days. A day you can sit out and have a coffee without frying up. It's just lovely. It's great for our pets too, because walks get a lot shorter in summer when you live in Las Vegas, and so this time of year is just great to be out and about. And it's that time of year where there are plenty of pet events happening. In fact, it's difficult. I think there are 6 today. It's difficult to get to them all because, you know, there are only so many Saturdays in October and November and December. So I know a very popular one today, and unfortunately I will not be able to make it over there, is Family Fur and Fun. And it's at the park over at Mountain's Edge, which is off Blue Diamond. And it's a really, really nice event. But I won't be able to make it there. So everyone that I know that's going, enjoy yourself. And I think it's until 3 p.m. I think it starts at 10, closes at 3. Take your dogs out there. Take your kids out there. I think they've got a costume competition happening. So dress them up. It's the season. It is the season for dressing yourself up and your dogs. So, Chris, do you decorate your house for Halloween? No. I don't normally, but since I just did that Jerry Jones spider tour and we had a big giant spider, that's hanging off my front tree. So that's the extent of my Halloween. Do you carve pumpkins? You see, I've never carved a pumpkin in my life. You love it? Oh, you see, because he's got kids. You see, that I think that makes a big difference when you got babies. Even before kids. I saw a tutorial online how to carve pumpkins using a drill to start off all the holes and everything. I thought that was pretty genius. So I don't know. Let's see if I can persuade Jim to participate in a bit of pumpkin carving. But we don't. I mean, we do in England. We do dress up and go out on Halloween, but it's not to the extent that people do here. You know, where people celebrate all month. I mean, you go to Target and you can redecorate your bathroom with pumpkin-style towels and shower curtains, you know. Very thematic. But we don't go to that extent. But we certainly love a Halloween. Do you like to do always dress up like gory, or do you like to do gore? You like the gore? Yeah, my best friend and her kids, oh my gosh, the gorier the better. I saw their masks last night. Unbelievable. I mean, unbelievable. So I'll post a picture of them because they're just spectacular. And my friend has twin girls and they love blood, guts and gore, the 6. I think it's their favorite holiday over everything else. And they love Star Wars too. But it's funny how some people like to go for the gore, some people like to go for the funny stuff, and some people just want to look cute and sexy. Sexy witch, sexy ghost, sexy nurse, you know. But I think the last time I dressed up, I was Frankenstein's bride with a whole toilet roll in my hair to make it look giant size, like hidden inside. It was horrible. My neck hurt so bad the next day. And my husband went as Wonder Woman. Oh, yeah, I know. Knowing Jim, yeah, is that not a departure? Let me tell you, looked fantastic in that Wonder Woman outfit. Made it all for him from scratch. I'll pull that photo up too, and we'll put that out as well. I've been a powder puff girl. But I haven't dressed up in a really long time. Oh, Morticia. I like to do a whole Morticia thing. my black hair kind of plays into that, you know. But yeah, so there's plenty of Halloween competitions going on, and there's a really fun one going on online with Barking Dogs, one of our sponsors, Barking Dogs of Las Vegas, barkingdogslv.com, and just find them on Facebook, because what you do is you just upload your Halloween photo of your pet, and they're going to pick a winner, and there's a gift certificate in the works there for the winner. So yeah, get them entered. I've yet to figure out a costume. Thornton always goes as we call them ladybirds, you call them ladybugs, but she looks adorable in it. Galaxy goes as a banana split. Mr. Twixt has not got an outfit yet, so we'll figure one out for him. He's very mischievous, so I'm sure it's going to be like a little devil or something like that. So, but yeah, look for those contests. You'll be surprised at the prizes that are given away online. I mean, a lot of people just think the chances are not very good, but there are so many contests. And I know tons and tons of pet bloggers, like myself, who are giving away some incredible prizes. So, you know, don't think, oh, my chances are slim. Enter them. You'll be amazed at what you'll win on these contests. And there's plenty going on. And if you actually want to find out what some of these bloggers are, pet bloggers, just search pet bloggers. You'll find them, or dog bloggers, you'll find them, or cat bloggers, and enter their contests. And on the break, if I can find a couple online on the break, I will tell you who they are. So, so this, yeah, Halloween, yeah, it's come up real fast. I noticed that they had Christmas decorations at Target. I'm like, oh, stop rushing me, stop it. I just let me enjoy the season. So yeah, they're rushing us towards the end of the year pretty quickly. So let's tell you how you're going to find us online, and our website is vegasrockdogradio.com. That's the hub for the show. It's going to show you past guests, it's going to show you photographs, you'll be able to listen to archive shows. There's all the links for our social media if you'd like to be a sponsor. And remember, being a sponsor means that you get to help the Hot Diggity Dogs and Rescue. So I take a portion of that and place it up at one of the vets to help the rescue. So your sponsorship goes beyond you getting advertising. You actually will be helping rescue. And Ustream, we are streaming live. I'll give you a little wave. And that's ustream.tv. The channel is Vegas Rock Dog Radio. And you can watch us there. If not, then you just need to listen through vegasaltnetradio.com, and we're part of Lotus Broadcasting, so pretty easy to find us on the internet. Facebook is Vegas Rock Dog Radio. I'm going to post some very, very funny videos of a Boston Terrier. I'm sure it's a Boston. I don't think it's a French. I think it's a Boston Terrier. Some of the funniest dog videos I've ever seen. I was howling last night. Howling, little pun on words there, little play on words. But I'm going to post those because on the page, very, very funny. And people need a good laugh because with all the serious news that's been on TV recently with Ebola and the pets and all this stuff, and we're going to talk about that too. So that's our Facebook, which is Vegas Rock Dog Radio. Our Twitter account is Vegas Rock Dog Show. No W on the end. Our call-in number 702-483 4444. If you're in Vegas, make sure you still dial 702. And as I said, you're listening live, and that's vegasallnetradio.com. Instagram, Vegas Rock Dog. And if you want to pick up rock and roll clothing, it is vegasrockdog.com. Our blog, therockandrolldog.com. That's where you're going to read a lot of reviews, giveaways, learn a little bit more about our guests that come on the show, and pretty much anything else that's fun and interesting. And Google Plus, you'll find me over there under the name Sam Ratcliffe. That's with a T, 2 F's and an E. And I haven't joined anything else yet. But you never know. You never know what's coming up next. So let me tell you about the tip of the week. A lot of information when it comes to tip of the week. And I learned this recently through my vet, Dr. Stephanopoulos, which is not Dr. Stephanopoulos. I always say that, Dr. Stephanatos. It rolls off the tongue easy, though, when you say Stephanopoulos. Dr. Stephanatos here in town. She is a holistic vet. She does Eastern and Western medicine. She believes wholeheartedly in preventative medicine and, you know, basically doing things in your life for you and your pet that will eliminate some risks down the road. So actually one of the things she said to me, she says, you know, the number one thing that you've done that has really kept your dog healthy is to keep her at a healthy weight. And I think it's pretty easy to allow your dog to put weight on if you give them far more treats than they deserve or need. And or you actually don't measure their food, or say, for example, you switch their food and you don't realize there's more calories in that half cup portion. That's something you need to think about. But it's very easy for them to put weight on, and half a pound or a pound can make a big difference in their health and on their joints. So it was, she said, it's the number one thing you've done is keep her weight consistent, which our dogs are very consistent. They in 9 years, I think her weight maybe have changed by a pound, maybe something like that. And one of the things you can do is substitute some of those treats, which are high in calories. I mean, really high in calories, a lot of them, for other, in quotes, treats that we may not think are treats, like chopped up carrots, but eventually they start to see them as a high value treat when the other not so healthy treats disappear. So so that's kind of led me down this tip of the week path today to go green. And I have this information from my vet, but I also picked this up from Dogs Naturally magazine, great magazine. And it says, I'm going to read to you what they have on their website here. Dogs spend a lot of time eating grass, and a lot of people wonder why they do that. Often after they've eaten grass, they throw up in your house, on your rugs, or on your bed. That happens a lot. And although grass is a green plant that dogs have easy access to, it's really only for, being a lawn, really. It's not a great food source. Yet a lot of dogs love to eat grass. Do they somehow know that chlorophyll found in grass has a multitude of important health benefits? But the problem is dogs can't digest grass well enough to benefit from its chlorophyll. And if they were, well, I don't know, some dogs can do this, but if they can open the fridge door, they'd probably pull out a bunch of broccoli or kale instead, knowing that it's really good for them. I started my 3 on kale. I thought this might be a challenge. Let's see if they like this. They love kale. What I did with mine was I sauteed it a little bit just to soften it up, chopped it up. They thought it's the best thing since sliced bread. Not that they ever eat sliced bread, but I was surprised how much they really, really liked it. So here are your benefits of chlorophyll. Not chloroform, by the way, because I know some people are going to mistake the two. It's chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a green pigment found in just about all plants and algae, and it's extremely important compound in photosynthesis, for it actually allows plants to absorb energy from light. A marvelous and amazing fact is that the molecular structure, we're getting deep here, this morning, of chlorophyll is almost identical to hemoglobin, which is found in red blood cells. Hemoglobin and chlorophyll are identical except for one atom. You're getting a whole biology, science, chemistry lesson this morning here today. And it is responsible for carrying oxygen to all of your dog's organs and cells. The hemoglobin in your dog's blood has iron as the central molecule, while the chlorophyll in plants has magnesium as the central molecule. So, I mean, just that alone is, delivering oxygen to the organs and cells. If you can improve upon that, then you would add chlorophyll into their diet. So that's just 1 plus straight away. When they eat chlorophyll, it actually helps in building the health of their blood, healthy blood. And that's because the chlorophyll will help replenish their red blood cells. So this is something that people can do straight away. Definitely check with your vet when you do this. And if your vet's doesn't specialize in nutrition, then find someone who does, because it's really worth having someone you can go to for these type of things and get your pets on the right track nutritionally. There's a lot to learn. We've come a long way in nutrition, We've gone beyond table scraps, trust me. And it's definitely worth reading up. If you would do it for yourself, why wouldn't you do it for your dogs and your cats? So what chlorophyll also does is it helps you to cleanse the cells of the body. It fights infection, heals wounds, builds the immune system, and detoxifies all systems, particularly the liver and the digestive system. It also promotes digestive health, which is why many dogs with acute digestive problems tend to go for the grass. So that could be one reason. And like we were saying, the grass is not going to be the solution. So that's something you can keep an eye out on. Most domestic dogs can't open the fridge and take out spinach, broccoli, asparagus, peas, kale, parsley, and beans, and these are rich in digestible chlorophyll. The grass they choose as a last resort comes out looking the way it went in. It's true. It's true. You don't need to see that. So many of our canine friends can also benefit from chlorophyll's double action in both treating and preventing bad breath. And this is why my vet talked about this, because Galaxy has gone in to get her teeth cleaned with the sedation dentistry. So this was just an aftercare, well, kind of an aftercare, and then something you need to continue to do for her teeth. Where was I going with it? Bad breath. Yeah, so chlorophyll can eliminate odors in the mouth. It also improves digestion, the most likely cause of bad breath in dogs with healthy teeth and gums. So chlorophyll can increase oxygen utilization within the pet's body. It also breaks down calcium, oxalates stones in the bladder. Importantly, chlorophyll reduces the ability of our carcinogens to bind with DNA in the liver and other organs. So as you can see, tons and tons of benefits to chlorophyll in your pet's diet. There was a study published in Carcinogenesis, clearly shows that chlorophyll blocks pro-carcinogens. Carcinogens are cancer-causing, what's my word? Toxins and stuff you eat. And some things that dogs ingest, like from toys and stuff like that, can also cause that too. So you have to be really careful. And some medications. So you've got to be really, really careful with this kind of stuff. So chlorophyll blocks these and the damage to the DNA. The Linus Pauling Institute Cancer Chemoprotection Program has indicated that natural chlorophyll in the diet offers cancer protection. Chlorophyll also binds to toxic heavy metals, eliminating from the body before they cause organ damage, such as kidney failure. So this, today's the day. Go out and get some kale. Right now, go get some kale, because lots and lots of great benefits, preventative, and like the vet was saying to me, if their bodies are running well, why not have them running, optimally by adding this in, have everything functioning really, really well at 100%. So this is one of those things that you can do in there. And dogs have the right idea when they eat grass, but the sad truth is they do this because they have no other source of fresh green plants. While dogs and cats get their chlorophyll from the intestines of their prey, oh yeah, they would do. That's usually what they go for first, isn't it? The stomach area. They also have a plethora of healthy wild plants to nibble on. But most domestic dogs can't open the fridge, can't take out the spinach and the broccoli and all that good stuff. And so, this is something, what you're going to do is by adding this into their diet, you're going to do it for them. And you can provide them with digestible, healthy and delicious treats containing chlorophyll. There's also supplementation, and of course, natural is always the best way. And its most natural source is always the easiest way. And what you would do is just cut up some of the green vegetables that I've listed and saute them lightly in butter. But I did not do that. I just put a little bit of water on mine and just soften them up. And you can add... you can actually just leave it in that state, or you can mulch the greens directly into your dog's food. You can mix them with banana, yogurt, or yogurt, as you say here, pumpkin, apple pieces, etc., and place them in hollow marrowed bones, toys, even ice cube trays for a yummy frozen treat. So that's a very easy way to get them in your dog's diet. Don't go over the top. Introduce them slowly. Because with anything that you introduce, it has to be gradually brought to the diet so it doesn't shock their system. But sometimes with the kids, you have to sneak greens into your dog's diet. It's like trying to give them medicine wrapped in, peanut butter. Never works. They always seem to know. And they said, we know cheese is always one of the good ones to actually disguise some of these foods. But check with your vet and your pet dietitian, nutritionist before adding them in. Or just do a little bit more research online. But yes, I will post this link online for you, because I think just a lot of people think that, dogs should only eat dog food, and you do need to supplement with some really fresh, ingredients. And that is, your fruits and your veg. I do coconut oil in my dog's diet as well. So start thinking a little differently, and can imagine how boring it is if you eat the same dog food every day, day in, day out, day in, day out. And that's something you should switch up to once in a while. So that is my tip of the day. It was a long tip of the day, and that is go green from Dogs Naturally magazine and put chlorophyll in your pet's diet. So there you go. I think we're going to take a break. Yeah, that was a long one, but I thought a worthwhile one because the benefits are wonderful with that, and it's inexpensive to do it. So we're going to listen to some words from our sponsors, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Vegas Rock Dog Radio with me, Sam, your host, the Queen of Rock and Roll Dogs. We'll be right back.
I'm not much of a reader, but I do wish I were more well-read.
There are so many great books coming out. I wish I could find a way to keep up.
Audible.com makes it easy to stay well informed and catch up on your reading simply by listening. Audiobooks from Audible turn downtime into uptime. You'll be more productive and become well read.
Now I'm able to catch up on all the great books I've been wanting to read.
With Audible, I feel smarter.
Pet Life Radio listeners, try Audible.com now and get your first 30 days of Audible Listener Gold membership plan free. And get a free audiobook. Choose from over 100,000 titles. To get this great deal, go to audibledeals.com. That's audibledeals.com.
Pet Life Radio, the #1 pet radio network on the planet, joins forces with iHeartRadio to put the power of your pets in your pocket. Awesome! Download the iHeartRadio app and rock Pet Life Radio on your phone, on your tablet, on your Xbox, in your car. Pet talk, pet tunes, and fun pet times. Pet Life Radio and iHeartRadio. Positively Possum.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Now, let's return to Vegas Rock Dog Radio. Here again, your host, the rock and roll queen of dogs, Sam.
And we're back. You're listening to Vegas Rock Dog Radio with me, Sam, your host, the Queen of Rock and Roll Dogs. And before the break, I mentioned our tip of the week, which was go green and add chlorophyll into your dog's diet by the easy means of buying some extra kale, some peas, that dark green, leafy type vegetable, to be able to get that into your dog's diet to prevent cancer, to improve the health of their blood, to help with their breath, so all good things, good for their teeth too. So pretty easy. You can chop it up, saute it, and add it to their diet. And my dogs really liked it. I was surprised. They sat there for more when there was no more. So that's always a good test. And it might be worth you eliminating, although I think people have this attachment to treats that, oh my gosh, if I don't give them a treat, they're going to think I'm really, really bad, but replace them with chopped carrots. My dogs do blueberries. They like those. At first, when they tried to eat them, they didn't know how to hold them in the mouth because they're really small and roll around. But they now believe a carrot is a great treat. So, it's a substitute. And you know what? It's a lot cheaper than some of the treats that are out there. So it might be something you want to consider to get them running. Oh, I wondered what that... It was like a wind blowing through the studio. It was like a tornado. I digress here. It's just a quick, simple, easy, cheap way of improving their diet and overall well-being. So there you go. That's the tip of the week. My guest is me today. I can talk. Don't worry. I'm good. I am well prepared. I always have lots to talk about. I read all week. I research all week. I've always been a bit of a news junkie anyway, so I do enjoy reading. I generally get online in the evening to start reading blogs and new research that's coming out and that kind of thing. And I've been on that hyperdrive with this Ebola thing. I've read more research papers. Who chooses to do that? It's one of those. I just can't take things on face value. I'm like, I better check that out. Jim laughs. He always goes, "Oh, have you researched that?" I'm like, I have. So, but I think that's important. But in particular, I wanted to give you some information, and it's not a great deal of information, even though a lot was written about it. Basically, the summary is quite simple. But with this Ebola outbreak, which should never have happened in the first place, but now it's here, and we have to somewhat try and wade our way through information. And I think what really sparked a lot of conversation online was the Ebola patient in Spain, and they just went and euthanized her dog. The dog wasn't sick. It wasn't showing symptoms of anything. People were thinking, oh my gosh, can you get it from dogs? Can you give it to dogs? For me, quite outrageous. I think a very rash decision, happened too quickly without any real research into it, and probably just a panic decision. But I felt terrible for the lady over in Spain in that situation. So, and it's been a different situation here with the nurse who has the Cocker Spaniel. They've actually taken the dog into quarantine. I saw some pictures of the guys in hazmat suits playing with the dog. But she will get her dog back by the sounds of it. So I did a little bit of digging online. I went to the CDC, but you've got to look beyond that as well. You have to look at research also. It's really, really important. Basically, here's the update. Can pets get Ebola? The CDC reports at this time there have been no reports of dogs or cats becoming sick with Ebola or being able to spread it to other people or other animals. Even in areas in Africa where Ebola is clearly present, there have been no reports of dogs or cats becoming sick with it. There is limited evidence that dogs become infected with the virus, but there is no evidence that they... There's limited evidence that dogs become infected, but there's no evidence that they develop the disease. That's a little bit confusing, isn't it? The only scientific study to date on dogs was conducted by a French research team in 2005. They found that dogs near the Gabon outbreak had antibodies to Ebola, indicating some form of infection and exposure. These dogs had likely been scavenging on human and animal carcasses infected with Ebola. So what that's telling me is they're not sure if it really passes from person to animal or animal to animal, but if an animal eats something that's infected, whether it's a person who's died or another animal that has it, which then leads into what other animals got it then for them to eat it. I know bats have been known to carry Ebola, so I don't know if wild dogs eat bats. I'm not quite sure, but I don't think we have to worry about that aspect in the United States. But we still don't know if it can pass from human to animal. The truth is, there's very little known about this, and it says it's very important that they study pets potentially infected with Ebola to better understand the risk. Yeah, I think so. That's really important. And but it said, are dogs and cats at risk in the US or outside of Africa? I said probably not. So again, lots of unknowns. They say the rate is very low. Keep in mind that a dog or cat must come into direct contact with the virus through an infected person's body or bodily fluids. Even in Africa, scientists haven't observed sick dogs with Ebola. But if it did, how easy would that be? I mean, I kiss my dogs on the lips, I mean, yeah, like a million times a day. So that's something you've really got to think about. Then he says, can I get Ebola from my dog or cat? What will happen if another patient has pets? Highly unlikely based on what we've learnt over the past 38 years. We have yet to verify any dogs or cats becoming sick. It's kind of a repetition that they have on their website. And the CDC recommends includes a case-by-case evaluation of pets exposed to Ebola patients, stating public health officials, in collaboration with a veterinarian, evaluate the pet's risks of exposure to the virus. Close contact or exposure to body fluids, blood of an Ebola patient. Based on the evaluation, as well as the specific situation, local and state human and animal health officials determine how the pet should be handled. Here's the thing, how determined you would be basically figuring it out if it happened. I mean, we don't have any vet with experience of a pet with Ebola. So what are they going to come up with? That's I think that's kind of the scary thing. And I think that's a scary thing for here through just the medical profession here. We don't have Ebola, so you can't go from past experience, So, yeah, that's a little bit scary. So, gosh, I mean, what's your advice on this? I mean, really, if you don't have to travel with your pets, don't travel with your pets. I mean... Gosh, it's a hard one. It's a really, really hard one. So it says, basically, if the person is infected with Ebola, any pet should be considered potentially infectious and handled using current infection control protocols, which I could not find. So I can't even tell you what they are. We don't know if Ebola contaminated body fluids or blood on a pet's fur or body can spread the virus to humans. The virus is only able to live for a few hours outside the body, so the risk would be minimal. But we're kind of reading something different now, that it can live for a lot longer than a few hours. So I guess this is a matter of keeping on top of things, I would suggest. And, wow. Yeah, now there's a whole bunch of other repetition. It's exactly the same thing. Like, should I be worried? I think anyone should be worried, concerned, informed, and somewhat prepared if there's anything you can do to be prepared. It's all well and good saying don't be worried or, take it lightly. I don't think anyone should take anything lightly like this. I got exposed to TB when I worked on cruise ships. And it's serious. TB is serious, and it's airborne. And that's how I was exposed to it. And the only way I found out was I was going through my medical to become a green card holder after I married my husband. And when they did the TB test on your arm, and if it becomes over a certain size, the reaction, then you've been exposed to it or you've got it, yeah? And they said, oh, you've been exposed to it. Where have you been? I said, oh, I worked on cruise ships. Oh, yeah, it's common. And when I think about it, I had quite a few cabin mates, well, not cabin mates, but, people I worked with on the ship who were on preventative medicine for TB. So it didn't develop. They'd been exposed and it didn't develop. And that's exactly what I got placed on, which was a preventative medication for 6 months straight. I had to be taken at the same time every day, no matter where I was. If I flew to England, I had to figure out what the time was. And I can never have that TB test again because it can kill me. So I can only have chest x-rays. Now, had I not gone for that test, it could have quite easily developed into TB. So I think you do have to be concerned. And I guess the only thing you can do right now for yourself and your pets is if you don't have to travel, probably don't travel, Take extra precautions, wash your hands a lot. Really, really important. And as I said, fruit bats are believed to be the natural carriers of the Ebola virus and certainly pose a risk to humans. Primates, especially gorillas, monkeys and chimpanzees, have been associated with Ebola also. Antelopes, porcupines found in West Africa can carry the virus. Dogs and cats are not currently considered carriers capable of transmitting Ebola. So that's kind of, I say, it's a lot of text with not a lot of answers, So I think a matter of this is, I would follow a couple of the veterinarian blogs, the prominent ones like Dr. Becker and some of those, and because they're putting out this information as they try and put it together. But kind of scary, isn't it? When there are so many unknowns. So that is the current CDC stance on Ebola with pets. So there you go on that one. So let's move over to, I had some other news. Oh yeah, Halloween. I want to give you an update on Halloween. I don't know exactly how much money was raised, but it was a really, really fun day. And I want to thank, first of all, Robin Welter of noofandhound.com blog for coming out and actually shooting the entire event. I've seen some of the photographs. They're spectacular. That is the funniest photo of a little dog dressed as a devil, a little wiener dog dressed as a devil in the races running down the track, and it's hysterical. And there's another one of Monty, and he's a wire-haired dachshund, and he's running and his tongue's hanging out 6 inches to the side. I mean, just really, really fun, lovely vibe. Big thank you to Will Edwards of the Will Edwards Show for hosting the day. I think I had more comments about Will than anything else. Just, he was so much fun. He was really, really funny. He made it just a really happy, fun time. So, and you know what? Will felt the same way. He said everyone that came to the event, he said it was one of the nicest events he's ever been a part of. So, yeah, it was a great day, and hopefully we'll get an update on money. So, and that money goes to saving more lives of dachshunds. Our Eat, Sleep, Bark, Repeat shirt is out, but it's not on the website. Oh, I tried to get it on Monday, but I just got so busy this week. I will have the T-shirts, the tank tops, the long sleeve T-shirts on our website by the end of this weekend. It's a promise. And I sold quite a few of them at Halloween. And so if you want one, and it's not on the site yet, you can always message me and ask me to reserve you one. And then we'll go from there to make sure you get one. So that was my update on T-shirts. And the Halloween update, we've got that one. Now there's a brand new community that's popped up online. If you remember a few weeks ago, I had Margot Alquist on the show, and she she has the podcast Pause to Talk, and she has launched a community for pets and pet owners, and it's called Pawmunity. Pawmunity. Isn't that cute? That's PAWMMUNIT.com, Pawmunity. She just launched it on Wednesday. I so wish I could have been online because she was doing giveaways like crazy for the launch of it. But I've had a busy week, and I'll tell you about it before the show finishes. But she she was really inspired because after 9 months of adopting one of her dogs, Toby, and she completely got him all fixed up, healthy, and reduced his separation anxiety and really, really worked with him. But she said, however, I often think about my days as a full-on dog parent. It's because of those times that the idea of Pawmunity was sparked. I could have used a place where dog parents gather to relieve stress and worry during those frightening times, when you've got a dog that's not well or suffering some behavioral issues, just to feel like you're not alone and, relate and get advice. And so she said, now that Toby is thriving, she finds herself wanting to share the good part about being a dog mom in a place where others will get it and not judge. It is for those reasons that it's become her mission to bring to life a vital online community where dog parents can seek help, celebrate, learn, and bond while accessing a collection of benefits that can't be found anywhere else on the web. And that is Margot Alquist. So you do need to sign up, and it's pawmunity.com, pawmunity.com. And I just thought it was a great extension to everything else that she's doing. She also came out with the Paws by Your Side kit, which was for grieving pet parents who'd lost a pet. And it's a 21-day guided program to help you get back on track with your life through grief. And it comes with this lovely copper bracelet that has healing benefits, and it comes with a tag. And I just thought it was a great package. So this is just a wonderful addition to everything else that she's doing. So congratulations, Margot, on that. That's pawmunity.com. And we've done our Ebola update, as I'll keep on this because it's just scary. And we all need to be informed. Just a shame that it even got here in the first place, that we even have to deal with it. Let's take one more break. You look confused, Chris. Are we good? Maybe I'll give you a little bit of notice. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after we listen to some words from our wonderful sponsors. And you'll listen to Vegas Rock Dog Radio with me, Sam, your host, the queen of rock and roll dogs. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Tim Link, animal communicator and pet expert and host of Animal Rights on Pet Life Radio. Have you ever wanted to know what your pet is really thinking? Do you want to find out if they truly understand what you're trying to tell them? Ever wish you could build a better understanding and closer relationship with your pet? Well, now you can. Learning to Communicate with Animals is a 4-part on-demand workshop. In the workshop, you'll learn the essential techniques that are necessary to communicate with animals, including what is animal communication, breathing correctly to achieve the perfect state to communicate with your animals at a deeper level, using guided meditation exercises as a method to communicate with animals, and how to send and receive information from your animals. So if you're wanting to learn how to communicate and connect with your animals at a deeper level, visit petliferadio.com/workshop and purchase and download Learning to Communicate with Animals. You'll be glad you did.
Hey there, pet parents! This is Christy Vaughn, host of The Doggy Dish. Do you love your furry companion? Do you love making him or her healthy treats but can't seem to find the time? Great news! The Doggy Dish is the perfect show for you. Every episode is chock full of healthy and easy recipes that are made with ingredients you most likely have on hand. Tune into The Doggy Dish for yummy and healthy recipes for your canine kids.
Every week, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
This is Vegas Rock Dog Radio.
Vegas Rock Dog Radio.
The phone lines are open at 702-483-4444. Now let's bring back the host. Here is the rock and roll queen of dogs, Sam.
Okay, and we're back. You're listening to Vegas Rock Dog Radio with me, Sam, your host, the queen of rock and roll dogs. And just before the break, I was giving everyone an update on Ebola with pets. Not very helpful, in all honesty. Basically, what they're saying is it's kind of unknown. They've not really come across any cases of dogs with or cats with Ebola in other countries, although the possibility of them eating a dead animal that has it, which then tells you that other animals can get it. Fruit bats definitely carry it, or coming in contact or eating. You would have to eat a dead person basically, or eat their blood, or lick their blood to actually get it. So not a lot of they said there's some protocols, but I can't find anywhere on the CDC website what the actual protocols are. So otherwise I would tell you, but I couldn't find them, not for pets and not for humans. So I'm on top of this. I've been reading about this for every day. And my husband always says, "What's the update on Ebola?" But I've looked at a lot of research. I found some research in Canada that said that they think it's airborne between pigs. From research that they did, they put pigs in one pen, I think monkeys in another pen, no contact with each other, but they did pass the virus. And then a couple of days after I read that on their website, it disappeared. So that's kind of interesting, but that was some research that came out of Canada. But we'll try and keep on top of that for our pet lovers, and because you don't need to travel with your pets right now, I wouldn't bother. It's one way to not be in the area, isn't it? But let's move on. I want to tell you about a giveaway we're going to be doing, and we're going to be hosting this giveaway with Rocking for Rescues with my lovely friend Pam. Her website is rockingforrescues.com, and what we're going to be giving away is what she calls like the ultimate swag bag, and it's going to have one of the t-shirts in it. It's going to have a koozie in it, for your drink if you're English. I never knew what a koozie was either. It's like a neoprene little holder that keeps your drinks cold. You put your can in it or your bottle of pop, and there's a magnet in there. I think there's a sticker in there. I think there's a bracelet in there, one of those fabulous silicone bracelets, made in the USA, by the way. I'll have to tell you that. But it's this great ultimate swag bag. I think there's a tote bag comes along with it, and so we'll have that on our blog in this next week coming, and we'll make sure you all know about that through posting through our social media. And if you've got the time today, go on Facebook and find her page, Rocking for Rescues, and give it a like so you can also be updated too. Every product that she sells, money goes to rescue, every product. So and the stuff's great. You would really, really like it. So that is Rocking for Rescues with my friend Pam, and it's going to be a great giveaway. So recently I was asked to be a guest blogger, which was I was very honored to be a guest blogger on Fidose of Reality. FidoseofReality.com is the blog address, and Carol Bryant is the creator and brains and the humor behind the blog, and her dog Dexter. And so she asked me if I would do a guest blog on how to find your lost dog. And I always seem to be involved in picking up a lost dog, but I do the same kind of steps when I find a dog. So this applies to finding a dog. This applies to losing a dog. And here are 12 ways. There's more than 12, of course, but these are 12 steps that you can do very, very easily if you ever find yourself in the situation of having a lost dog. And here are my top rocking tips, as she likes to say, of reuniting you and Rover together. Facebook. It's like a love-hate relationship, but this is where Facebook is great. Start by creating a page for a lost dog immediately, whether you lost a dog or whether you found a dog, because that's now your hub for everybody to visit, instead of going, oh, so-and-so posted something, I can't find the post, or she shared it, or you know what? Put a page together immediately if you already don't have one for your dog anyway, which most people do these days. And it gives you a central location for people to communicate with you and with the people trying to help you as well. So people can go, oh, I've got a little bit of information. I go right back to that page. Really, really important. Post regularly so that your dog's photograph can be seen by as many people as possible. Because as you know, Facebook doesn't allow everyone to see your posts. So keep posting, tag it, put links on there, whatever you can, but do it regularly so people get to see this. Really, really, really important. That tagging option is really good too. Tag as many people as you know that will share it. And remember, tagging automatically puts your dog's picture straight onto their timeline. So even more people are going to see it. And remember, make each post public. So check your privacy settings. Make sure it's public so they can be shared beyond your friends and family. Really, really important. On that photograph, actually, I'm going to come back to the photograph. So, now you're going to go over to Twitter, and you're going to go to Google Plus, and you're going to go to your Instagram account, and you're going to deploy your dog's photograph to every social media platform that is available to you. Recruit your friends to further spread the dog's information, and include hashtags, really important, and have a common thread that runs through all your communication. For example, lost dog, Vegas, urgent, call to action. Craigslist, another love-hate, but you know what? A lot of people do post a lost dog or a found dog on there, and you have to continually post their information because your post starts making its way down the page and starts to disappear. So make sure you update, add a photograph, all your contact information, and that's another area where you can, you can find. But you need to still actually go on there and check other people's posts and search to see if they've found your dog. Streamline your social media outreach, which means basically do it through one app. So instead of going to Facebook and Twitter and Google Plus and constantly posting, what you need to do is download Hootsuite. It's a great app, and from there you're going to link all of your other social media platforms into this one app, and then you're going to write one post and then you deploy it to all of these areas. You can pre-schedule. So this is going to save you a lot of time and constantly have information going out. Really important. Make sure you keep checking back though on your social media for anyone that replies or asks information or is helping you out. Photographs. You should have a current, clear, front-facing photograph of your dog at all times. Most people do on their phone. Probably 100 of them. This photograph needs to include you and your dog's information. Not just your dogs, but how they get hold of you. I'm loving this app called Pose a Pet. You press a little thing and a squeaky sound happens. If you find a dog and instantly the dog looks at the camera, front facing, boom, you got a great picture, add all the information in, deploy it from there. I really love that. And you know what? If you can actually upload a picture and create a flyer for a lost dog. Really, really important. And although this is geared towards rescue dogs, really the app, in all honesty, it works perfectly for a lost dog or a found dog. And opt to create the flyer, and that's the option you need to click and add your contact information and description of your dog. You can also download the PIP facial recognition app. Just like we have for humans, there's now a recognition app for your pet's face. Have that anyway. Don't wait for your dog to get lost. But again, another great, fantastic resource to actually get the information out. And, some people say, is this the dog? And they post a picture and it's not. This app will be able to recognize if it's your dog or not. Use some local pet resources. Pay a visit to your local pet magazine's website. They're usually stacked with a list of vets, groomers, shelters, and you can contact all of these people and send them your information about your lost pet. Animal control, of course, same thing. Upload your information there too. And if you go to certain parks regularly, go and find the park keeper. I'm friends with my park keeper, and usually they know of any dogs that are running around. Trust me on that. Flyers, print them, place them in the following places: your front garden, important, on a sign, community gate, dog park bulletin board, the window of your vehicle, groomers, coffee shops, gas stations, grocery store, veterinarians, pet sitter, pet store, pet office. I mean, it just goes on and on and on, but as many places as you possibly can. And that's going to be very, very helpful to you. Just a good old-fashioned way of getting a flyer up there. Prevent your dog from getting lost is the first step, really, when you come to these situations. And as simple as these actions items are, they are crucial to preventing your dog from going missing, increasing your chances of a reunion. The minute your dog becomes part of your family, you should get a tag made, create a Facebook page, place a chip in your dog, take a photo, use an app to type your dog's info directly onto the photograph, secure your home and garden, making escape a lot more difficult. Use a seatbelt in your car for your dog in case of an accident, because that's how they run off. Many pets are thrown from vehicles and run away. Invest a small amount in the PIP facial recognition app, and just as you would change the batteries in your smoke alarms once a year, make sure you update your dog's information yearly from the initial setup. Use your dog's birthday as a reminder date to do this, and it will be the biggest birthday gift you could ever give them, is to keep them safe and prevent them running off. So I'm going to put that blog post up on that. Lots of really, really good information, and there's a little story on there how I applied all of these steps and reunited a dog back with its owner at the very end of the blog. So prevention, and then some steps that you can actually take should you find yourself in that situation, or you can share it with a friend who needs it. There's an event happening today, Shakespeare's Pub and Grill, 1 o'clock to 11 p.m. And it's an all ages event on the patio. It's a great place to enjoy the weather with your favorite beer and your favorite pooch. So you definitely can bring your dog. They're going to give out dog treats, kid treats, and adult treats. And they said, who needs a pumpkin spice latte when you can have a pumpkin spice beer? I might have to agree on that. Dog of the week is actually two little brothers, Gus and Charlie. They're terrier mixers. They're about 6.5 years old. They're 10 pounds. They're adorable. They're matching. They have always lived together and loved to play with each other. Their mama's health was not good and she could no longer care for them. And these sweet boys are now residing at Fupi, foreclosed upon pets, and that's where you can find them. They're adorable. Big thank you to our sponsors who make the show happen every single week. And next week on the show, I've got another Brit coming in, and her name's Sam as well. She's a good friend of mine. She is with the Las Vegas Boxer Rescue. We're going to talk about rescue and the event they've got coming up. And remember, you can help a pet in need, either rescue, adopt, donate, share, or volunteer your time. Rescue your next family member. Replace the word shop with adopt, and always be kind to all animals. I want to thank Chris for being here. I love that. And take a moment to like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter and all that good stuff. And if you have the means, please make a small donation to a rescue. You know that your money will go to saving lives. And I want to thank the listeners for being a big part of the show every single week. And today, you know, you've been listening to Vegas Rock Dog Radio. It's all about pets, people, and pop culture. And I am your host every week, the Queen of Rock and Roll Dogs. Remember, kiss your pets. Good morning. And good night. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for listening in.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.